All right, guys, so I want to start this video off with a really quick question, and I want you to be 100% honest with yourself. When you hear the word sales, do you immediately get excited and, wanting to learn more and jump fully into the industry? Or do you have this like negative connotation and feeling inside from maybe a past experience? Let's say you experienced like a used car salesman, or, you're walking through the mall one time and someone tried to sell you something from a kiosk. Like, which way do you feel? Now, if you're on that second side of the spectrum, in this video, I'm going to help you break past that mindset so that you can jump into this industry full force, be excited about it, and take advantage of this $3.2 billion industry. Let's do it. All right, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Welcome back to the channel. Aaron here from the Remote Closing Academy. And again, in this video, we're gonna be breaking down some mindsets, because trust me, like I've talked to so many different people that, I'll say like I'm in sales or I do sales, and they kind of have like, they either give me this like really excited look, or they're just like, oh, well, sorry to hear that. But what I really want to do is break past that stigma and show you guys and really try to mold this mindset a little bit to help you guys, again, take advantage of this industry. So before we jump too deep into it, of course, as always, if you're brand new to the channel and you want to learn everything about remote closing, sales, objection handling, and again, taking advantage of this industry where pretty much no one is at this current moment in time, make sure to click the subscribe button as well as a notification bell right next to that to get notified every time we upload a brand new video on this channel, because we're pumping out content like crazy these days. So let's kind of reel it back a little bit. I know I already gave an example, but there's a really good chance that if you have like this negative, feeling or negative connotation with sales personally, it's probably because of some sort of past experience, whether it was that mall example that I gave you, or maybe, you got in contact with some sort of like pushy salesman that was trying to sell you something that you didn't really even need. Or another really great example are MLMs, right? In the age of social media, it's so easy to contact someone and try to get them to buy this like MLM service and bring them into it for them to make a commission and whatever it may be. But I think the number one thing that helped me, because trust me, a couple years ago, I had the exact same experience, is understanding that the difference between sales in a good way and sales in like a sleazy, not so good way is whose best interest in that situation is in mind. So let me give you an example if that doesn't make sense. So let's use the super stigmatized used car sales industry, so much so that like they have their own term, right? Don't be a used car salesman, is because back in the day, or even, in a lot of used car lots now, the person that is selling the car, right? They're going to make a commission based on the price of the car, and they're going to make some sort off of that. So what they're incentivized to do is to sell that car to you at the highest price, even if it might not necessarily be worth that much, or it might have problems or whatever it may be, but they're going to try to sell it. And this isn't every single person, right? This isn't every used car salesman, but where this comes from is them trying to sell you something that you didn't necessarily need, or try to trick you to make sure that they got a higher commission at any way possible. So back to the thing that I said before, is their best interest is in mind over yours as the customer. So let's look at, some in the MLM industry. And I don't want to put like a blanket over everybody, because not every used car salesman is like this. Not everyone that is in an MLM is like this. But there's this very predatory nature where the person that a lot of times people that are reaching out to you that are in this MLM that are trying to get you under their downline, they're not trying to get you more often than not under your downline because you're gonna see some amazing results with these products, but they're just trying to build up that downline in order to make more money on the commissions that are made. And another reason why a lot of these like products or programs or whatever it may be have this bad rap is because the expectation set on whatever the product is a lot of times is like super hyped up, right? So, in the MLM industry, for example, people are sold this like massive dream. They're like, yeah, you're going to jump into this thing and you're going to make, the ability to make $50,000, $100,000 a month is just so simple. All you have to do is bring in blah, 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 right? So like they make it seem a lot simpler than it actually is, when the ones that are making like a ton of money in the MLM from both selling and having a large downline, it's a very small percentage, like less than 1% of people can actually make that amount of money in some of these MLMs. So people jump into it. Majority of the people don't see the results that they're looking for, right? Less than 1%. And then that's what gives them the bad name, because so many people are spending time, money, effort into these programs, but not really seeing the thing on the other end, thus giving all of sales a negative rep. So with all that stuff out of the way, right? That's all the negative parts, why you might feel in that way. So hopefully that kind of validates that feeling a little bit. Now let's talk about how we can switch that mindset, how we can get to a place where you feel confident, you feel excited to wake up every day and be a remote closer. So I'll talk specifically, and this isn't about every single program out there, but people that we work with, right? Within the Remote Closing Academy, we work with a ton of clients that have programs, courses, things like that. And we then train up the people within Remote Closing Academy and place them within those companies. So no matter what, whether you're working with us or you're doing remote closing on yourself and you're trying to find these different offers, the most important thing to get you out of the mindset of, oh my gosh, this is sleazy, I never want to be associated with a salesperson, is just make sure that the offer that's being sold and what you're putting out there and what you're actually selling is actually making a difference in other people's lives. So I'm going to try to make a really simple example here. There's multiple people within our program, within RCA, where we place sales reps into different like health, wellness, fitness offers, right? So what happens is, let's say, the person that is the entrepreneur, they have a program that teaches people how to work out, create diet plans, how to lose weight, things like that. And when you can work with someone that has hundreds, if not thousands of people that have gone through the program, have seen success, and are really changing their lives, that's what's going to allow you to get that confidence, that allow you to wake up every single day excited to sell this thing, because hey, like you could be at least a little bit in charge of helping that person change their life. So up on screen, I'm going to pop up just a couple different screenshots of people that jump into our program and not only see results, right? And they'll just pop up. So just read through all those, pause if you want to, look at those. But not only do they, reach out after they've seen successes, after they're making $10, $15, $20,000 a month and beyond, whatever that may be, but we even have people that before they even make any money and just jumping into the program, they literally thank our salespeople for helping them make that jump and making that, that career change and making that, decision to absolutely change their life that they probably wouldn't have done before. So if we jump all the way back to one of the first things that I said is the difference between a good and a bad salesperson, right? In this example is whose best interest is in mind, right? In our case, and when we're coming into these programs and we're selling them for these business owners, is if that person that we're talking to, if we don't think they're a good fit, right? If we don't think that they're going to actually make it happen for themselves, if we don't think that they are, that we can actually help that person to change their life, we're not going to bring them into the program, right? That's the difference. I think a lot of different programs, there's programs out there that they don't care. They're just like, I'm going to bring everybody in, let's go. I want to make more money. But when you can put the other person's best interest in mind, especially on a phone call, not only is it going to make you feel better that every single person that comes through is going to see a difference, right? You're putting their interest above your own. And you can also bring people in confidently and push people away confidently, knowing that their best interest in mind, and you're going to bring in the people that are going to see massive results, thus make you feel better, thus make them feel better. And even the ones that you have to maybe push away for a specific reason, maybe it's not the right time for them, it's not, maybe they don't have the money for it, whatever it may be, that person is going to feel even more confident in you. Even though you push them away, they're not going to feel that they've been, pushed into something that they're not ready for. And then guess what? They're going to go fix whatever they need to. They're going to come back. And who do you think they're going to come back to first when they ultimately want to make that decision for themselves? So guys, this video wasn't necessarily like the rest that we've done in terms of like super tactical, like do this, say this, here's some action plans for you. But I think this type of video is extremely important, especially if you are someone that just has this like negative feeling about sales and you're like, I don't want to jump into this industry because it's probably really sleazy or really used car salesman, right? If we keep using that example, hopefully this does get you out of that, that position if you felt that way, and possibly into the, situation where you're like, hey, this might be something for me now that I've changed my mindset a little bit. Let me fully jump into some of this training and see if it's something that I can actually take advantage of. So to put a pretty little bow on this one, guys, sales isn't bad. If you do it in the right way, if you have the other person's best interest in mind and you're doing it for all the right reasons and you're not just being selfish and making a ton of sales just to make some money, then you're going to be in a really good spot. So if all this resonated with you and this made any sense and it helped you pass that bottleneck, a couple things that I want to remind you to do. Number one, make sure to subscribe to the channel to get notified every time we upload brand new videos on the channel. And number two, if this has opened up your mind a little bit, you're like, you know what? I do want to learn a little bit about this remote closing thing and what it could be and what it can do to absolutely change my own life, then make sure to click the link. First link down in the description is going to be to a other 19-minute video. It's actually from Cole, my partner within the Remote Closing Academy, one of the founder or the founder of the Remote Closing Academy. And he basically just breaks down, exactly what remote closing is a little bit more in detail than we do here on the channel. And it's just all in one video as opposed to, brought out into a bunch of others. So make sure to click that link, check out that video. But again, guys, I'm always curious on your feedback. What do you think about this video? So leave those down in the comments, and also leave a like if this helped you out in any way, shape, or form, helped you pass the mindset barrier of thinking sales is bad. And that's pretty much it, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. My name is Aaron from the Remote Closing Academy, and we'll see you on the next video. Talk soon, and peace.